This technique to store data on emitted objects should not work, but it does, and I'm going to show you how to take advantage of it. In this demo that I've set up here, which is remixable and the link is in the description, we have a cube that can turn into 4 different colors depending on which button you press. And yes, this isn't impressive. To set up this demo yourself, you could easily just make 4 different cubes, 4 different colors, and 4 different emitters. That's not what I'm doing here though. What I'm doing is actually storing the button that's pressed in this looped node. It's just a single emitter and a single cube. And I'm instantly storing the data. How am I doing that? Well, that's the technique I want to actually show. It is a looped node with a wire going into it, but it's weirder than that. We're emitting this object. We have a wire connected from our main chip to this object. Emit with wires is off, but it still works. The data is being sent to the emitted object through a wire with emit wires off. So when would you actually use this? In this example, you would probably just have 4 different colored cubes and 4 emitters. You wouldn't need to do this setup. One example is damage number visuals. Hypothetically, you might have a game where you take damage and you want to display the amount of damage taken as a number. Maybe like this. Or how much you're healing, like this. I am using that technique where you save the number in a looped node. In the demo I already showed you, I was saving a I was saving a number and I was converting into a color. In this, I'm just straight up saving the number. I know this is kind of complicated, but I just want to show you where the number is coming from. So the number is coming from, to just simplify it, the number is coming from the amount of health you currently are losing. If you didn't know, the health managers output the exact amount of health that you've lost or gained. It's not just a 0 or a 1, it's the amount of health. So I am basically putting that amount of health into this node, and it works as fast as you need it to. So this is every frame, for example, and it is saving the number every frame. Before I knew about this, I had to put data into the thing I emitted a different way. I used wireless transmitters. It takes a couple frames to save. This takes 0 frames. It just instantly saves. It is already there. Why? I think this is a good time to get into like why this shouldn't work but does. What's happening here? We're not emitting with wires, but the data is still going into it. Emit with wires would make this wire always connected, even after it's emitted. And I can show you that. Emit with wires. See, you can see that the wires are still connected. Emit with wires is off, and the data is still transferring. Why is this? I don't want to say it's simple, but you can see it. I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna hold X. Look at this node. Look at this. See how it turns dark? Even though it's powered off, because it's dark, that means the signal is in it. The signal is in it, and it's looping around, but it doesn't transfer here. It doesn't go anywhere else because it's powered off. But for some reason, the first node that the wire goes into receives the signal. And this isn't just for nodes. For example, like I guess a counter. Look, see? It receives the signal. But what if I did this? This one doesn't receive the signal. It only works one gadget in because they're powered off. But personally, I don't think it should work at all. I don't think this gadget should be receiving the signal at all because it's powered off. But it does. I just recently learned this. Shout out to TapGiles, of course. He apparently knew this for a long time and just didn't think it was important, but no, this is crazy. If you have one emitter and one object you're emitting, this is the way to save data, as opposed to giving it data using receivers and transmitters. I hope this video helped, guys. This is really confusing, potentially. It's weird. Do not hesitate to ask questions in the comments, please. I would love to explain this more. It's hard for me to make this kind of video because like, it's just weird. It's a weird thing. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be